even 2 was more memorable than 1. But it not to say it was a bad game. It was good enough to save the company. It caused them to make, you know, even better games. I hate the ones that you should have rented. You know, I like how 15 was a little bit. The only thing is the story wasn't so short. But 13 was perfect for me on the fact you were able to put new gameplay style, but as well as the fact that it was a full-length story and it was a huge trilogy. I think if Tessa Moore would have been able to take control of 15. Sure, we'd have a trilogy of the 4 guys in the car, but at least it'd be good. Like the Future Knox arc actually been saved on a second game. They should have just extended this game and made you fight some of the bosses before anything else, you know, and then have like a bartender Lotus fight with Idolus before he turns into a demon. You know. What's up, guys? Your King and Offensive Valentine EX Turk. I'll be talking and making the footage at the same time, so hopefully, you know, it'll still go through. Because I don't feel like doing no fancy editing. But anyways, what could make Final Fantasy 15 a much better and more solid game and more liked by the fan base? I think, to be quite honest, I know it sounds crazy, but you know, and it'd be hard to jumble 3 big, you know, name projects at once, and I understand how hard it is. But I think if Tabata would have at least stayed a little bit to Tetsuya Nomura's vision, I think Final Fantasy 15 could have been 2 games. I think Final Fantasy 15 could have been, you know, part 1 could be everything with the Lucis, you know, all the way to at least, you know, at the, you know, up to the glacier, you know, up to the chapter 13, and by far is extending the game. Maybe an Idolus Autocrat boss fight like Bartanalonis, you know, or he follows you and stuff like that as well. You know, I don't know, something a little bit different. But anyways, most likely what I would also like to have in 15, which we never got to solve, was maybe a much deeper, darker story with the Star Scourge. Maybe, you know, some side quests could turn to real quests you have to do to progress, and more cutscenes, if anything else. And then make part 2 chapter 14. That way you can include comrades and stuff like that. And now I understand that they did this for profit. Obviously they cut the story in, you know, obviously they cut the story in half for profit. We all know that. That's a known fact. Tabata is known as a known greedy businessman. You know, he's known, you know, except maybe for Crisis Core and Type 0, and I think really what that was is that he had a different mentality. You know, he had a different mentality back in those 2 games than he does now. But now Square Enix, the new Square Enix, the new age Square Enix, is about making cash any means necessary. And even if they give you free DLC, microtransactions would be a huge thing. That's why they're focusing on mobile game, because they want that money. Money is now the most focal point of Square Enix's life now. You know, they can't live without the fact. They can't live without it. Money is the main resource they live for. That's what the new Square Enix lives for. Oh. Let me at least take off the Ring of Lucii. I forget. I really don't need it anyways. We'll use Engine Blade Plus. Okay, I should be able to take the quest now. Okay, where is it? Oh, I got one more thing. Regis' sword. Man, they're really tough on that shit. Fine, we'll take the ice brand. It don't matter. I'm already powerful as it is. I'm nearly unbeatable. Okay, let's go to time quest. Don't tell me it's over. But anyways, yeah, if they would have at least made it 2 games, that way they could put Comrades in the middle of the Chapter 14 and make Chapter 14 a whole entire game. I mean, think about Final Fantasy 13 and 13-2. 13-2 was a much darker game than 13-1 because, you know, it got a good escalation point that made it, you know, that made it what it is. That made it its own thing, you know. You got deeper with the Fal'Cie and Etro and that lore in Final Fantasy 13-2, you know, than you did the other stuff, you know. But that, you know, that's just me right there. It's the fact of, you know. The hunt is on. But where's the? Let's be done with this. Another one out. But anyways, well, as I was saying, I got stuck in here trying to find the timed quest thing. I'm trying to find that. But anyways, I don't know. Sorry, I'm out of it right now. But I think if they would have divided to 2 games, then not only that you could include Arden's Pass, right? You know, and if they would have kept the episode DLCs, at least pushed back the game just to put episode DLCs on there. Bam, you would have had your full 2 games, and then Final Fantasy 15 would be more enjoyable. You know, even though it's no longer versus 13, they should have kept the Fabula Crystallis Novia, because, well, I don't see why not to, considering the facts that it's still connected to the Fabula Crystallis Novia, which makes if you put Etro and stuff like that in there, it would make it a much longer and more enjoyable game. It would have been more enjoyable than what it is. But this is Square Enix trying to make money, and this is why I think Final Fantasy 15 would have been a better game if even if Tetsuya Nomura didn't want to work on 15, he gave it to Tabata. If Tabata would have stayed to Tetsuya Nomura's vision rather than worry about what's instead of worrying about how much cash you should be making, I mean. I think they make decent amount of cash, for what I know. But that's just me right here. Don't pay attention to me. That's just me pointing out little criticisms that could be used for, you know, for just the fact of this video. So, may the crystal be with you, and guys, have a nice time.